back to post productions. Today we're gonna be talking about Beetlejuice,
Yes.
Tim Burton's latest.
Yes. And I guess this is the sequel to our last episode where we said we
Yeah.
were going to talk about this one. We were originally going to make this before we saw a second one, but, things happen. It doesn't take away anything. It just gets us more prepared. I watched this movie
Absolutely.
like 3 times before this movie came out, like this month alone, because I was super excited. This was on my list for my top 10 most anticipated. I think it was 6. If I go back in the video, I think it's 6.
Dang.
Yeah, I was excited. I
Yeah.
like these movies. I said in the last video, I love the first one, so I was naturally very excited for the second one, even though I did have some concerns.
Hmm.
And pretty much that just stems from the fact that this is a sequel 36 years in the making. Like, it took a while. I'll say that.
Hmm.
It took a very long time, and usually when they do this, they don't typically end up the best.
They always run a risk when they make a legacy
Yeah.
sequel, especially when it's something as beloved as this.
hmm
Especially when it's not like, okay, there's been a couple sequels.
No,
This is
yeah.
the
This is
first
the first one,
Beetlejuice
which always
sequel.
shocked me when I looked it up. I'm like, oh, there's no other ones? I always
Yeah.
thought there was for some reason.
At least be like a straight to DVD or something. Like,
Well, I think there's a TV show.
oh, is there a TV
I think
show?
it's an animated TV show that I never watched.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah,
think it
probably
was, though.
before our time a bit, but
Probably. I
yeah.
never saw it on Cartoon Network, so.
It seems like, yeah, I'm surprised they didn't just try and like take advantage of the momentum this movie had though,
Yeah.
because it was a
Well,
big hit then, wasn't it?
it was a big hit then. I think it might be a bigger hit now, though, now.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't be shocked if we get a third one now.
Oh,
I
probably.
think they're setting it up,
Yeah.
which we're going to talk about because honestly, guys, our theater was completely packed. Like
Yeah.
I know we say this. I feel like we've said this a lot so far, but like usually, like when we see Marvel movies nowadays, like it's full, but it's not like full. You know,
No, it's
like
not like
there's people
Endgame
there.
is.
Yeah, no, it's not
Maybe
nothing
like
like Endgame.
75%.
Yeah, and sometimes 50 if you're watching Ant-Man 3. But like
Jeff Bezos.
Modoc, I love Modoc. Hooray! Great character, but no, this theater was like pretty like 95% full.
Yeah, it was
Like it was
packed. It
crazy.
was packed.
Like the juicers came out, bro. They wanted
Dude.
to watch Beetlejuice, and I am proud to be with them. And I'm proud to say that I really love this movie. I really like this one. I was so scared that I was going to dislike it just because, everything I've said.
Mm.
But no, I came out really enjoying this movie. I think it really captures what the first one was and more, and just adds to that success that what made the first one so good.
Mm.
The practical effects, the humor, the story, the world building is my favorite part, and we'll talk about it a lot more later, but oh, it's so good. I'm
I
sorry.
agree.
It's so good in this movie. It made me so happy that they were just taking so many liberties with exploring this world, which we are going to talk about because I think that does, in a way, it's going to lead to some negatives that we will talk about, but we'll get to that later.
Mm.
But Seamus, Beetlejuice.
I feel the same way.
Yeah,
I feel like it's a great successor to Beetlejuice. Like it feels totally in line with the first one.
yeah.
Just seems like just it's not like they're forcing anything too hard.
No,
It feels like okay, yeah, this is also in the same universe. It's
it's
just
just
Beetlejuice
another
too.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't even feel like one of those movies that's like referencing the first one all that much either.
No, this just feels like oh yeah,
Yeah.
this is also Beetlejuice. It's just
Yeah.
Beetlejuice.
It's just the second one
Mm.
we're doing our own thing.
Yeah.
Like the couple from the first one aren't in this movie
No.
at all. And I actually did read something as to why, because someone asked Tim Burton like, why aren't they in the movie? Why are they just mentioned? And basically what he said is, it's not their story this time. Like, why
Mm.
are they don't need to be there. So why would I put characters that don't need to be there in the movie for the sake of just making people go, oh no, like I'm gonna make a different movie.
That
And
makes
that
sense.
is so, I respect that so hard.
Yeah.
Like, cause like most studios would just say, no, you put them in at least for 10 seconds.
Oh, they always feel like this obligation to have
Yeah,
to tie it back to the
original.
successor in every single way. It's
And they
like,
have to
oh,
go,
we need
guys,
all the
do you
characters.
remember this? Do you remember
Gosh,
this?
gosh.
Guys, and they do it, like, I'm not going to say they don't do it. They do it a couple times, but it's so subtle to a point, like, it doesn't even, like, feel like one.
Yeah,
Like, there's one they, like, linger on the bridge that they accidentally, like, fell off of in the first movie. They linger on it for, like, 5 seconds. Like, obviously just because, like, hey, this is from the first one. Do you remember that? But it's not, like, obvious. It's just kind of
no,
like, okay, this just feels like a regular scene from a movie, bro. Like,
absolutely.
you can genuinely watch this movie not seeing the first one, I think, and just like, yeah, I got it.
Yeah, no,
Like,
you'd have
honestly,
just as good of a time with it, honestly, I think.
I think, yeah. I don't think there's really much research to be required at all.
It's fun. It's a
Yeah,
fun
it's
ass movie.
fun, and I don't think that's like recency bias either. Like I
No,
genuinely just think this movie was great, and I honestly wonder if I liked this movie more if it wasn't for the people in our theater talking and burping. Do you remember that?
bro, that was That was crazy.
Yeah,
Like they're like probably like 15 years old, and they're just like
they were
loudly.
just. I think they were older than 15,
Do you
man.
think
Yes.
they're just loudly belching?
Yeah,
It's like, brother, what are you doing? We're trying to watch a movie.
exactly. For the people who were watching, like, yeah, like we were just sitting there and they would just be like burping and belching and laughing. Just like, what are we doing here?
It's like
We're
they're in the pub or something, bro.
literally, yeah.
Bunch of fucking
And then there was just a couple
dwarves.
next to us just fucking talking away the entire movie.
Yeah.
I think, well, I can't say talking. They were trying to whisper, but it was such a pitiful excuse of like trying to whisper. It felt like, hey, hey, do you like the movie? That's what it felt like. And I was getting so annoyed the whole time because I was liking the movie a lot, and
Yeah.
I wish I could have got more out of it if it wasn't for them talking the whole time.
Dude, I
Because like
know.
I just want
Our
silence.
theater's the worst.
Yes,
I swear. I swear. People always talking.
yeah.
Doesn't
Which
matter what you see.
we could make that whole freaking separate episode,
Yeah, just
and we
talking.
probably will.
Yeah, because
Honestly,
it's like we've had some nightmarish movie going experiences
truly,
because
yeah,
of other patrons, man.
yeah. And it's just like
Not
it's
to
so
sound like a
sad.
snowflake, but it's like, please shut the fuck up. When you're at the movie theater, be quiet, bro.
Yeah,
We're not here
I
to
am
hear
getting
you yet.
immersed in the story. I'm not getting immersed in your fucking life.
Yeah, we do not care.
We do not care.
We do not care at all.
Absolutely not.
Bullshit.
But before let's not get into that. You
Yeah.
know, we'll save that for later. Smash like if you want to see that video. We'll make it one day. I think we will. Maybe soon. Uh, but I think starting off with some of the good things about this movie, and then immediately taking back what I just said, probably should explain what the sequel even is.
That's
Yeah,
not bad idea.
my bad, everyone. But anyway, this movie it takes place. Is it 30 years after the first one? I think it's
I
30.
think so. Yeah,
Yeah.
both 30.
But we follow back with the family from the first one, not the family who died. It was the other family that I'm forgetting for some reason. And we go back. There's a death in the family, and they all go back to the same house. And Beetlejuice figures it out, and he says, this is a new opportunity that he can come back to the world of the living. And there's also a lot of stuff going on in the afterlife, but it largely revolves around Lydia Dietz's character and her daughter, and they're just trying to figure out some tension between the two.
Yeah.
And I'm doing a terrible job at explaining it. My brain is fucking exploding right now.
Oh, that's
Uh,
good.
but yeah, that's the basic premise. There's a lot to talk about in terms of spoilers, which I don't know if we will talk about. We'll see though. But like, I think that comes down to just cons. We'll talk about it. But first thing I really like practical effects. Thank God they did it. No,
Dude, they did it
barely
so
any.
well. They
Oh
did it
yeah.
so well too. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't even know how they pulled it off. But it
Yeah,
feels like it's entrenched in the 80s. It's like,
it does.
oh, yeah, they just like took the exact same effects from there and just plopped it in this.
Yeah,
There's like maybe one instance where like
the
it's kind of like.
CGI.
But
Yeah,
besides that, it was
but
like,
at the same time, that was intentionally looking like out. That was intended to look outdated
yeah,
because the point was like we want to make this movie feel like this was made in the 80s.
mm,
And if you go back and look at 80s CGI, it doesn't look great usually. So
mm,
like honestly, I was able to give it a pass. I'm like that was the intention from day one. It's not like a different movie where they said, "Oh, it was a stylistic choice." I'm not gonna get into that again. We talked about it last episode. It's still on my mind. But no, it's like I will give it a pass. But
yeah,
like freaking 90% of this movie is just practical effects, and then they have really good claymation and stop motion in the movie. Which I read something that it isn't claymate or stop motion, and it's actually CGI meant to look like it. But even then, I thought it looked great. Like
yeah.
honestly, if that's true, I don't know if that's true, but like, all right, looks great to me. I'm not complaining at all.
No, seriously. I mean,
Yeah.
all the costumes are still so
Oh
great.
yeah.
Like all the character designs are awesome.
And all I love just how I said this in the first episode too. I love how you just identify everyone, like how everyone has died. There's like, yep, you died. You got bit by a shark, or you got eaten by piranhas. It's great. It's
Dude,
just
that
such
was
great
hilarious.
visual gags. I
Yeah.
love it. I loved the torso that was just running around and was just missing his head, and everyone was just like, yeah,
Spewing out blood.
it's just
You can see
spewing
just like
blood.
random spurts.
Yeah, a lot of blood for a friggin' Beetlejuice. This the sequel because I don't even think the first one had that much blood really.
Not too like there was some points,
Some,
but
but
like
like,
yeah,
not
this
really.
definitely
This felt like the more bloody one, honestly.
yeah,
But a lot of that actually had to do with Beetlejuice himself, which again, Michael Keaton.
goat.
We talked about it last video. Absolute goat. I would debatably say he's on the same level, if not better, in this movie.
We get more of him,
Yeah,
and I think yeah,
yeah,
I think the more the merrier.
yeah. I will say though that I'm happy that they didn't overdo it though, because I did read something where Tim Burton and Michael Keaton actually talked about it, and they said like, if we are gonna make the sequel, don't put me in like all of the movie, because what made the first one, I think, and so surprising for a lot of people, is that he really wasn't even in the movie that long.
He's there for like what, 15 minutes?
15 to 14 minutes, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure. But in this movie, he's there for longer, but it's not very much longer. Like,
No.
it really isn't. But the whole intention is that they wanted to give him like short bursts of Michael Keaton and not have him be like the main character or anything. And I kind of respect that though, because like the whole movie surrounding it too is good.
Mm.
Like, I don't necessarily like dislike it when Michael Keaton's not there. I'm still having a great time. But when he is there, oh, the movie becomes like 10 times infinitely better.
Yeah, it
Oh
really
my
just
god.
bumps it up a lot.
It gets crazy. I love it. And some of the stuff he does, man, in this movie. Like, I don't want to spoil some of it, but like
The
we
juice is loose,
the
baby.
juice is loose, it's crazy. And it was hilarious. Like, I was laughing the whole time. Like, I just had the biggest stupid grin on my face. Every single time he said something, it just killed me.
Yeah.
And then you learn a lot more about like how he died and like his origin story and a lot of stuff going on in his life in the afterlife, which I thought was great.
Great flashback. I love it.
Yeah. Oh
Black
my
and white.
god.
I just don't want to spoil it too much, but
Yeah.
that was so funny.
It's in black and white, folks. We won't say specifically because it's cool,
Yeah.
and it's like, yeah, that makes sense that he would do that when he was alive.
Yeah.
It's great like that, and just I never thought I would want to see that, because a big part of Beetlejuice was that it was always the mystery of like, how did this guy die? Like, who even was this guy in the real life? But they explain it in this movie. I think they do it perfectly. Like, I think they did it
Absolutely.
great, and it had so much style to it too, that it
Yeah.
was just so good. I will say though, I think my favorite part with Michael Keaton is it's in the trailers when they're going to a couples therapy, and that's all I'll say in terms of what's happening. But some of the things he says in that scene, oh my god! And then it is followed up by him singing. It
Wonderful.
it killed me. I was dying. I was like, that's great. It's not like in the first one he's making someone sing; he's singing. So it's like, this is, I love this. I love this. Michael Keaton is the goat. I know it's not his voice, but god, it's
Still
so good.
so good.
Oh, I loved it. It had me dying the whole time, dude. I
What do
love
you
it.
think of the rest of the cast?
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, all the newcomers this time around, like, great. Like, there was Jenna Ortega, which usually, I'm gonna say it right now, typically not the biggest fan, but I thought she was great in this movie.
Yeah.
Like, I have no complaints. My favorite though is definitely Willem Dafoe, like
Oh
playing
yeah,
this like the
that was
detective cop
dude.
character. He's great. He's great in everything he's in, though. You know?
Like adding Willem Dafoe to your movie is just a cheat code.
Oh, it
Like,
is.
even
Yeah,
if your movie is shit, like Willem Dafoe will be good. Same.
exactly. No matter what.
Yeah.
He's just one of those actors. He just radiates just everything good and right about cinema. Like, he's
Yes.
just great.
Oh, he is peak cinema.
Yeah, he is literally peak cinema in general, and peak human being, I feel.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
bro, he's
Like
just
he's a
he's
hell of a
vibing.
guy.
Dude, I always think of the one video where they're like, "Hey man, what's your fit? What you wearing?" And he like full on's like, "Oh yeah, I got the shoes."
He had that shit on too.
Yeah,
Dude, he's looking clean.
he's clean as fuck all the time, dude. And I feel like he would be such a cool person to talk to in real life.
I'd want to
He's so
beer with him.
nice. Yeah.
Like
So have a nice conversation. I feel like he'd be very inspiring also to listen to, you know?
totally.
Like a very wise, like wise owl or something. I
Yeah.
don't know.
He seems very, very intelligent.
Yes, absolutely. And I like that. But he was great in this movie. And also, this isn't the actor's name, Bob. We love Bob.
Dude,
Don't say anything.
Bob is he just has a special place in my heart.
Bro,
All
bro,
the shrunken heads. I love the character designs. I think that is I love it. I love
they're
seeing
great.
their tiny little heads on those giant bodies. I don't know why. It brings me an extra joy.
And then all they talk is just mumbles and subtitles. It's
Yeah.
great.
It's perfect. Like
It's perfect, yeah.
but especially Bob.
Bob is the goat.
The
Like
goat.
absolute Bob, we will always be remembered. We love you so much.
Yes.
Please come back for 3. I beg so much.
Please, man.
God, if they make 3, which I think they will, to be
This is
honest,
gonna make so much money. I
bro.
guarantee they will, as
Do,
long as they continue with the craft,
yeah.
creativity this one had.
Do you think he'll make a billion? Because I mean, like,
It might,
it
dude.
might.
I've never seen a September movie do numbers like
No.
this. Like September's usually a dead month at
Yeah.
the theater, to be honest.
Hmm.
Like, so it might.
It might.
It
Like,
might.
I
That'd be
wouldn't be
crazy.
shocked. Yeah. Well, because like, what Deadpool and Wolverine's still in theaters, but it's gotten so far out. Like, it's already made its billion.
Mm,
So I feel like less people are just seeing that now. But like, I think this is a contender. I think this could easily pass 1 billion.
I
If
think it
the
will.
if the word of mouth keeps going out that is actually like really good, like I would not be shocked at all, to be honest. Like
Not at
I
all.
think it would be really, really great. And I hope it does, because I would love to see a third one. If this is what we get though.
Mm,
If it's lower quality, I don't want it obviously. But like if he can find a way to make a story that is interesting and also keep all the creativity that's in both of these two movies, I'll be down. Like honestly, and as long as Michael Keaton wants to do it, I'll always watch it.
yeah,
Because this is the one role he's always said, like, I love this role so much. Like, this is my favorite role that he's done. He said that before, and I love that. Like, not Batman, it's
it's
Beetlejuice. It's the one that
Beetlejuice.
he's like, yep, I love this one more. And then
Highlight of my career.
highlight of my career is when I got to look up the one lady's dress in the first movie, and then make a whole bunch of innuendos with my junk. It was great.
Yes, please.
I love that scene in the first one. And he kicks down the tree and he's like, "Nice fucking model." He like grabs his. That's what I'm gonna do.
He's so crude, but he's so lovable.
It's so funny. I
Yeah.
love it, dude. Oh, maybe that's all I'll do. Let's go as Beetlejuice for Halloween, and then I'll do that, and everyone will be confused because they're like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "No, it's accurate because it's in the movie."
Guys, it's a film reference.
Yeah, it's a film rap. Whoa, 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 whoa.
It's a film reference.
Guys, I was not being weird. It's just a film. All right, let's get off that before
Uh,
quickly.
Winona Ryder.
Yeah,
She's
she's
good
great.
too.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know why I kept forgetting her name, but yeah, I love her too.
Yeah.
She's great in the movie. And I loved her relationship with Jenna Ortega as well. Like, I feel like it's kind of one of those plot points and dynamics that you see a lot in these kinds of movies where it's like the daughter who's very distant. But I thought it was a very cute way of how they did it by the end. Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
did really like them together. Like, I thought it was very, very cute.
Yeah, they did a really good job.
And I do love how like her style is like pretty much the same from the first one. It's like 30 years, and it's like yeah, she's the same person essentially. It's
Yeah,
great.
dude, I think once you choose the goth lifestyle,
You
that
never
it
go
doesn't
back.
leave you.
I love
No.
that.
Yeah.
Take me with you,
Winona, please.
please, please. As one of our friends said it, he's not here with us obviously right now. He watched it with us though, and he said, "I'll give this what's her name? I'm so sorry.
Winona?
Winona Ryder. I'll give this a Winona Ryder out of 10.
Perfect
It's like
review.
perfect
I
review right
agree.
there. Yeah, I love it. It just works.
Absolutely.
It just works.
Absolutely.
But no, everyone was great in this movie. The comedy was on point. The cinematography, great also.
Mm.
Like they always look good. That's the one thing I will say about Tim Burton movies. They always look good.
Yeah, I
Like
give him props for that.
like even like coming from a person who like I like the first Batman, but I think what really works with that one is it feels like a comic book movie because of the cinematography. I think that's the best part about it,
Yeah.
but also the fact that Michael Keaton has to like move his entire body when he looks up, but that's because the Batman suit looks so weird, but that's completely
Why did they
random.
make that? Why did they make it? Like, that is so. Dude, that would not be functional
I
at
don't
all.
know.
How are you supposed to fight crime if you can't swivel your head?
Well,
Like,
he can look up, but he has to like
he has to put his whole body.
hyperextend his body.
Yeah, I know.
I always think of the one scene where he's just walking and like some goon like climbs something. I forget what it is, and he looks up really quick and he like I die every time I watch it because I think it's so goddamn
He's
funny.
able to fall over backwards, man.
I was shell shocked. Oh man, dude. Oh my god, but no, like honestly, it looks great. I thought the music again was fantastic this time around. I found there wasn't as much like how would you describe the music in the first film? Like very
I didn't even know.
tropical,
Yeah,
you know?
there wasn't quite any tropical vibes, but there's like some other vibes going on, but it still
Yeah.
like worked for the
Oh
movie,
yeah,
you know?
absolutely. I feel like this movie it's a little different,
Yeah,
but it's still good. Like,
yeah,
it's not like they don't reuse the same songs except Okay, that's a lie. They
There's one, but I
there's
mean they kind of
one,
have to because that's like probably the most
yeah,
iconic song from the first
and
ones.
it's also not even like they're reusing the song. Like they're having someone else sing it, and it's a completely different context. So it's like,
Yeah, it
okay,
makes sense. It
yeah,
makes sense.
it's like that's fine, I guess. Yeah, and I didn't. It just gave me a smile again because I don't know if it was trying to be funny. Was it trying to be funny? I
It's
feel like
kind
it
of
was darkly funny.
yeah. I think that's kind of how
Yeah,
that's just like the sense of humor in these movies.
it's just the Tim
Yeah,
Burton
it's
style.
like you're not sure how to feel about
It's like, what? You unalived yourself?
it. Yeah,
Don't take that out of context. Do not take that out of context, or we're cooked.
we're,
You're losing your job,
it's
and
over.
I'm getting kicked.
Yeah, no, it's good time.
Good
Good
time,
time
yeah,
at the cinema, man.
yeah. But with that, should we go into negatives?
Yeah, what are your thoughts? I'm thinking there's too much going on with
Yep.
subplots,
Mm-hmm.
and like even then, it's not like it didn't take away from the viewing experience too much,
No,
but it was
no.
like it felt kind of unnecessary. It's like,
Yeah,
yeah, they didn't really need this.
yeah.
Like it was kind of,
Well, it's just for reference, just for everyone. There's like they're covering a lot of things in this movie. Like they're covering the relationship between Winona Ryder and Jenna Ortega in this movie. That's a big part of it. But then it also has a lot to do with Jenna Ortega and her relationship with her dad, who
mm,
has passed away. That's not a spoiler, I don't think. I think that's in the trailer.
mm,
And then also it has a lot to do with this other character who's revealed. Well, it's not to be revealed. Everything I say, I just want a context, is in the trailer.
yeah,
So I'm not like full on spoiling it, but we learn about Beetlejuice's ex. That's another big part of this movie.
yeah,
And then we're also following Willem Dafoe in this movie as he tries to find Beetlejuice. And there's a lot going on.
yeah,
And it's great because I feel like it is world building. Like there's a lot of things going on. And I didn't hate it. Like I didn't like I could acknowledge that yeah, there's too much going on. But like I said, like Seamus said, it didn't take away from the movie in my opinion.
mm,
Like I think by the end, how it all culminates, like it all comes together by the end. Like nothing, I guess you could say, like by the end of the movie, they're resolved, even though it's not resolved necessarily in like a great way for all of
yeah,
them. They're just resolved. Like they find a way to bring them all together, I can say, but they're not necessarily resolved.
mm,
And unfortunately, I thought that was probably the weakest part of the movie,
yeah,
is because I would have liked to see certain things that they explored more.
yeah.
Because certain
Flesh it
things,
out a little bit,
yeah,
you know.
because certain things just kind of happen. It's like, oh, that's cool, and it's like, yeah, we'll talk about it a little bit, and then we're done. And it's like, oh, okay, well, whatever. Who knows? Maybe the third one. You never know.
Mm,
But no, I think that was the one thing. And then I will also say too, the first 20 minutes of this movie, it's pretty goddamn slow.
yeah,
Like
it
nothing
drags.
happens.
It takes a little bit to get into it, but
Yeah,
like then once it starts going,
yeah.
it's a riot
Oh
from
yeah.
it's a real good time. So
Dare I say the first 20 minutes are kind of generic though too, because like
mm,
it's such a well, I can't even. It's a cliche, I'd say, when you have an old movie like this and you're bringing all your legacy characters back together and explaining the newer ones. That's what it felt like. The first 20 minutes, it felt like it was just going through the beats of like we have to have all these characters come back, so we have to explain what they've all been up to and why they're coming back. That sort of stuff.
yeah, that's tough because I feel like almost every legacy
Yeah,
movie ends up doing that.
but at the same time, you kind of have to.
You kind of have to,
Because
right?
like
So
in the context of making like a plot that makes sense, you can't just have them all already there and like just like yep, we're good, all right, now go into the other. No, it doesn't work like that. You have to establish these things first.
exactly, especially when there's a time jump of
Yeah,
30 years, like
oh
that's a
exactly.
long time. So
I just don't think it needed to be 20 minutes,
no,
maybe like 10.
yeah,
I think there's a way they could
could
have
have
made it 10,
streamlined it a bit.
just a bit.
Because
Yeah,
what's the runtime? This hour 42 or something?
I think it's
Yeah, they
somewhat
could have
like
shaved
that
it down
because
to
it's
hour and a half
most
probably.
comedies don't go over 2 hours, and this is a comedy through and through, so
Hmm.
you know, yeah, easily probably 1 hour 42 minutes. I think that's honestly what it is. But no, like I think just the first 20 minutes they drag, and there's just too much going on. But
Hmm.
honestly, besides that, I can't think of anything that I disliked. I just loved it the whole way through, man. Like to be honest, and that's why. And this is shocking because I didn't think I'd give it this much. I gave the first Beetlejuice an 8.5. I'm giving this one an 8.5 again. I
Dang,
liked it a lot.
really? Hey?
The more I thought about it, the more I liked it. Honestly,
Oh, fair
because I
enough.
just like was smiling the whole time. The last time that has ever happened where I just didn't stop smiling is when they re-released Jurassic Park in theaters, and I couldn't stop smiling the whole time because that's a childhood thing, and you were there for that as well, so you can
That's
concur that
peak
that is what happened.
peak
I didn't
moment.
stop smiling the entire movie. It was great,
Yeah.
and this is one of those instances where I was just having so much fun, I just didn't care. So 8.5 for me.
W
Hmm.
W. I like it. I'd probably rate it the same as I would the first one. I'd give it a 7 as well.
Which still isn't bad,
No, not bad at
not at
all.
all. Like,
Just just fun movie.
yeah,
Good
it's
good
just fun.
time the good time at the theater, man. I can't really complain about it too much.
Yeah,
So
just a well-made movie,
yeah.
and with just minor flaws that really don't take away from a lot of it. But you know what I mean.
Hmm.
Still great. Like I definitely would recommend it to anyone, especially Beetlejuice fans. I think they'll love this.
Oh, I
And,
think so.
and
I think Tim Burton fans in
oh yeah,
general.
they're eating good.
Yeah, they
And
are.
I kind of am like, yeah, I'm kind of with you guys on this one. I'm not gonna lie, this is really
He kind
good.
of cooks. Yeah.
He did cook. I won't lie. And I'm saying that I'm gonna cover my ass right now. I said this before. I like Tim Burton. I don't love him though. There are some movies that I really enjoy. There are some I don't enjoy.
House in Wonderland.
Oh, I forgot that he made that. Ooh,
Mm,
ooh, that kind of stinks.
oh,
And Dumbo.
and
I don't even know what I
Dumbo.
was trying to reference there.
Oof, that
Dumbo was
stinks.
Dumbo was bad.
I haven't even seen it, but
Oh, it's so boring.
I've heard what you said about it, and that's
Oh, it was. I don't know how you make a Dumbo movie like just not feel magical, in my opinion,
dude is
and
fucking
whimsical.
elephant
I
puppet,
know with
dude. Cool
huge
shit.
ass ears,
Yeah,
and it just didn't feel right. It didn't feel right at all.
wild.
Yeah, and then Nightmare Before Christmas. Did he direct that one,
I don't think he
or
directed
he
that.
produced
I
it?
think he
Right,
produced it. Yeah.
that one's good. I like that one a lot. But like, pretty much like besides Beetlejuice, I'm gonna be honest. There's really nothing that I really recognizably can go. Yeah, I love that.
Why did you say it? I never got the Edward Scissorhands hype, man.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
I've seen Batman though.
yeah,
I don't mind it.
I thought Batman was mid.
Yeah, we watched it together. I was shocked when you actually said that
Yeah.
because I thought you would like it, to be honest.
No, I liked Michael Keaton, of course, but
Yeah,
besides that, yeah, I thought it was
it was not a good appetizer for the Flash.
no. Man,
No, let's not do it.
let's not go
We're
into
not
it.
doing
Let's
it.
not go into
Maybe we'll do a video where we just talk about DC in general. We'll just make all of our thoughts known before Legacy comes out, or I guess it's called Superman now. It's not called Superman Legacy, but
Superman.
yeah,
That's what it's called.
yeah. Why? I whatever. Like I would have rather they call it Legacy. To be honest, I think that's a much catchier name, but that's just me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know. We'll see what James does. We'll see what James
he's
does.
gonna cook.
Yeah.
He's gonna cook.
I hope so.
No, he's going to. Don't say he's not. He's going. When has he ever treated you wrong before? And I don't want to
He
hear any of you in
endorsed
the
the Flash.
comments.
He endorsed Flash.
That was a contractual obligation. I do not
I
believe that
know.
that was intentional at all.
I feel bad that he didn't do that shit though.
There's no way.
He believed that. He would never make
No,
him
there's
do
no
that
way.
shit.
Bro was just like, it was at gunpoint. It's like, yes, The Flash is one of the best comic book movies ever made. Can I please go home now?
Guys, please.
Can you please let my family go?
Family go.
They didn't watch the movie. They don't even know. No, you did. They must have paid fucking Tom Cruise like $10 billion to go, wow, really good. No.
He's such like a fan of cinema in general
That he likes anything?
and high quality action films.
Oh, high
The
quality.
fact,
Well, you
the fact
see,
that he would love that is beyond me. That's why I think they must have paid
yeah,
him too.
there's no way. Have we seen the CGI in that movie? And we have, because we've sat through it. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good at
We should
all.
just we'll just make a separate episode.
We're gonna rewatch The Flash. Dude,
Flash drinking game.
The Flash drinking
We'll
game.
be
Blackout
in
and
like 15 minutes in for every shit thing that happens.
oh my god, Warner Bros go crazy. The fact that they didn't cancel that is crazy. Except though, Warner Bros does make a couple good decisions though.
Mm.
Barbie was good.
Yeah, Barbie
This was good.
Yeah.
But then they also make the Flash, and they also cancel the Looney Tunes, the Wily versus Acme.
Which
That was
like,
supposedly really good.
yeah, it was so well received.
Like,
What the fuck?
why would we cancel this? Yeah,
Y'all
like it
lost
makes
your
no
mind.
sense. And then they go like, oh, it wouldn't have like they didn't want to pay to advertise it. I'm like, Why? Like, is it? Are you scared that it's gonna be Space Jam 2 again? Even though I think Space Jam 2 made money.
I'm pretty sure it did.
Yeah, I don't think it necessarily bombed. I just thought that people thought it was awful.
Yeah.
Which
I,
oh, we're gonna get cooked for this. Hold on to your
I
butts.
gotta be honest, I don't think Space Jam Legacy was that bad.
No, I don't
People
either.
are talking about it like it was fucking the nut job or something, the norm of the north. It's not on that level.
People treated it like it was like the end of cinema. Like, oh,
Yeah.
pack it up, guys, we're done. And I'm just like, bro, did you not watch the trailers? How? Like, the big thing was like, oh, it's a commercial. I'm like, yeah, but you know that from the trailer, right?
Yeah.
Like, they don't ever not make that apparent.
Isn't the first one pretty much the same thing?
Well, I mean, it's not the same thing. They
But
don't
it's still
they don't jump into freaking Mad Max for like a
to
good.
jump into that, but like it's very much about like brands and
True.
promoting celebrity figures, promoting the NBA.
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan,
We love him, the goat.
dude, LeBron.
But
What in the Matrix?
what in the Matrix? Hell, Bugs Bunny. The one thing that always sticks in my mind is, and this is terrible. Remember the one scene where they make the big Chungus meme like 20 years too late?
Crazy.
I remember we watched that It's like someone had it on their phone. I think it was our friend. Her name was Sydney. Uh, we were all in the hotel room, and we were all just excited to watch Space Jam 2. And you look at her, and she's shell shocked, looking at her phone like someone just like shot her dog. Or like, what? What's wrong? And she goes, "You may have to look at this." And it was the scene of the big Chungus in Space Jam.
Well, we got spoiled.
Yes!
Spoiled for Space Jam Legacy.
In the worst way. I'm
In
just
the worst.
joking.
Yeah.
I didn't give a fuck.
The hell,
I was
bro.
just like, why did they do that? Like, God, talk about being not tone deaf at all. Like, oh God, that's not good, dude.
Man. Yeah, no,
They
they
didn't cook.
shit on that movie so hard though.
Yeah, I think some of it's undeserved, but I can get it to an extent.
It's not
Like, it's not a good movie. It's just not like bad in like the way. Okay, I need to really choose my words
very carefully.
It's like a 5.
Yeah,
It's like 5.
yeah.
And that's only because I was like, oh wow, Mad Max. Oh wow, Harry Potter. Oh wow, The Matrix. That's all it was.
It's entertaining. Like it's entertaining. It's bad, but it's
Yeah.
entertaining. So therefore, I feel like I'd give it like a little bit higher score than it deserves, just because it's entertaining.
Like what?
I'd probably give it like a 5 too.
Okay, I was gonna say, I
Yeah,
was probably about to give Space Jam Legacy a 7 out of 10.
dude. Space Jam 9 out of 10. Space Jam Legacy 9 out of 10. Space Jam Legacy 9 out of 10. Peaks in life.
Verified by fucking Martin Scorsese. It's peak cinema.
Peaks in
But
life.
instead of peak cinema, it's the picture where where it's photoshopped like, this is absolute ass. That's what the entire internet's like. But I agree. I don't think it's that bad. Like, it's not great, but it's not that bad.
Holy shit, we got so off topic.
Yeah, how did we get talking about
What were you
Space Jam?
speaking about again?
Someone called it Beetlegeist? What is that? Beetlegeist?
Little guys.
Beetlegeist? 2? 3? 4? Huh? How many of them are there?
Anyways, I guess we better wrap this thing up.
Yeah,
Let
I
us know
think
what you guys think in the comments section. Did you like Beetlejuice?
yes.
What are your thoughts? If you
Yes,
like
let
the
us know.
video, give us a thumbs up.
And subscribe.
Subscribe,
Please. We need some fans.
dude.
Be fun.
We need some fans. We need some haters too.
Yes! Dude.
If you hated this review, let us know. We want to start a beef.
Specifically if you're a Zack Snyder fan.
We're gonna start saying more controversial stuff.
Yeah.
We're
gonna start talking about how the Godfather is overrated or some shit.
I haven't seen it, so
I haven't seen it either, so it's mid. I'm just
No, I haven't seen it. Yes, it's
yes,
mid.
it is. Yes, it's mid.
Anyways, thank you for tuning in, guys.
Yes, thank you, everyone. Everyone have a great day.